love my racers. I love my racers. I love my Hi, everybody. How y'all doing? That wasn't subliminal or anything. No, really. I love my racers. They're the greatest. I swear to God, if this is still here when I switch, it is. How did I know? Now you can see why I made that comment, guys. Welcome into our 4th race of the night, and as you can see, the White Sox and the Tigers are tied because our bullpen is god-awful. I'm kidding, I love my racers. He's a Tigers fan, go figure. Anyways, on the left-hand side, we got one of last year's finalists here. We got Wolv21. He's going to be taking on Itaku on the right side. Uh-oh, now we're getting the lag drop, or frame drops on Wolv's side. Let me refresh his real quick, make sure I'm caught up to date. On that note, like I was saying, we're going to have a good 2 out of 3 race here between Wolv and Itaku. And again, a big race for both of these guys. If Wolv wins, he clinches the last playoff spot in the NFC. If Itaku wins, he takes over for the time being, that 6th playoff spot in the NFC, but can't clinch it until next week. So again, this is going to be good, guys. Prepare for a lot of drama here. We'll do a best 2 out of 3 race through the womb 2. Oh, Itaku accidentally bombed himself. Womp womp. There's a reset or 2 happening. That gives me time to explain what's going on here. So, yeah, admin hacks, go, Johnny. Anyway, so like I said, we're going to do a best 2 out of 3 race through the womb 2. Whoever kills off Mom's Heart first is going to get a point at the bottom of the screen where you see the zeros right now. And again, we'll reset both racers after that happens. So again, each round starts from scratch, from square one. 7 banned items on the way down. Dr. Fetus, Epic Fetus, Ipecac, Dead Sea Scrolls, the Holy Bible, Toothpicks, and the Shovel. All 7 of those can be re-rolled. Only the Toothpicks can be picked up out of those 7. Again, only those 7 items can be D6'd. Everything else is take it or leave it. So a little bit of strategy involved here. That's kind of the nuance of the league, if you will. They're off and running. Best of luck to both of these guys. Again, through the womb 2, best 2 out of 3. If Wolv wins this, he's got that last NFC playoff spot. If Itaku wins it, he stays alive and moves into that spot for the time being. Big matchup. Good luck, guys. And again, decent enough start for both of these guys. They're going to be off and running here, it looks like. Again, bear with a little frame drops from time to time. There's a huge League of Legends tournament going on, and I'm trying to watch 2 different streams at the same time. So that is on my side, not Wolv's. Do not think that that is his. That is completely on my end, trying to watch 2 streams at the same time. On that note, we got Famine on Wolv's side, so he's got piercing shots, which as you see go through Famine and hit those other enemies, just like that. But again, let's all say to Famine if you would. And again, Itaku going to bomb right on through and one hit his pin fight. And even Champion Pin gets 1 hit with those bombs. A little bit of fire rate increase as he's got the wire code hanger. Moving on down to his 2nd floor. Speaking of those Toothpicks, let's see those spaz TPs. So again, not wanting to take the shot speed increase that those Toothpicks give you. Itaku chose to re-roll him, turns into Shoop to Whoop, which he's left behind at least for now. We'll see, maybe he puts that to use later, but he wants to build that full charge on his D6 if nothing else, in case he sees something else banned. Nothing's wrong with the Toothpicks, it's just they're really crappy, so we let the racers re-roll them if they want to. See, I've been saying that, Timmy. That's what I'm saying, is we need the Canadian version. I'm pushing for this, and I have been all season, bro. Hey, what's up, dude? Anyways, Book of Shadows there for Wolv. He'll get 12 seconds of invincibility whenever he pops that. Yep, exactly. Wow, let me try that again. The racers at the beginning of the year, I took random polls of 17 at least people at any given time to get a majority vote. Wow, speaking of those banned items. So Wolv with the Dead Sea Scrolls. Let's see those spaz scrolls. Again, it's normally no scrolls, but we had to put the new prefix on the channel, so it's really weird getting used to saying that. But let's see those scroll emotes. Let's go with that. So he's going to take his D6, head right back into that item room. We'll see what that's going to roll into. Again, Dead Sea Scrolls are banned because 2 other banned items can show up as usages on that. You get a random space use item every time. And again, you can get the Holy Bible, believe it or not, which is banned because it can 1-hit kill Mom's Foot and Mom's Heart. And can also give you the Shovel, which every 6 rooms, technically with the Dead Sea Scrolls quicker than that, but would give you a way down to the next floor. So speaking of that, Itaku heading on down to his next floor, Caves 1, by bypassing both of the items in that Devil Deal. Nothing too special, doesn't want to use 2 of his 3 hearts yet. Do not blame him. Wolv got the Rosary out of his reroll, by the way, so 3 soul hearts. It says increase faith. Consider this. Basically, if you go into a store now, you're going to see the Bible. That's what I call increased faith in this case. I'm not sure that it really does anything else for you, but you will see a Bible at some point if you go into the stores. Again, probably should have also mentioned that Itaku's first item that he took was that skeleton key, so 99 keys on his side. He never has to worry about anything locked. He'll be able to get into all of it. Now, what I'm thinking, and what somebody else just mentioned there, is if he gets a bombs or key pill. This is why we didn't outlaw things like pyro. Because if you get the skeleton key and a bombs or key pill, you basically have pyro. So again, we'd have to ban both of those. All pill usages, all bomb pickups, all key pickups. It'd get pretty nasty. Wow, that devil deal. Holy criminy on Wolv's side. So Brimstone or the knife, not real tough of a decision there. If you guys are sub to Wolv, it's a stab party. Let's see those. Because it's knife time over on the left. Also, wow, he's also got Mom's Purse. 2 trinket spots now for Wolv as well. So not a half bad floor there on the basement too. Yeah, exactly. It caught me off guard when I saw that devil deal. I have 2 of my favorite items in the game to choose between. That's not real tough for Wolv. You choose the knife in that situation. So Itaku knows he's going to have to push on through. Oh, look at that. Look who found his bombs or keys. So 99, make that 98 bombs now. Again, half a heart, and he's got a greed fight here in the Caves XL. Which, I should point out, is 2 Caves floors combined together into one. So just the one store, that's why you saw greed here. Yep, Wolv's looking at a lot of health on his side too, so he's sitting kind of pretty right now. And that 1 cube of meat will block shots, damage anything that happens to touch it, so a little bit of defense too. He already had piercing, so the Cupid Zero kind of really useless for him at this point. But it's there. Excuse me again, sorry about that. Alright, so not finding either of the item rooms yet here as Itaku. He's in 1 total heart at the moment too, so he's really hoping for some health up. And he'll try over on the left side of his map. There's that item room for Wolv in his Caves 1. Ooh, and the bean, so wow, do you want, and this is kind of a tough call, bean normally a very useful item, but in this case, you take the 12 seconds of invincibility where you could just stab everything to death with the knife. That's way too good of an item synergy. Really good item with the bean, and Wolv does like it, but not in this case. That Book of Shadows will be way more useful for him. Wolv comes into the year at, let me make sure I'm doing my math right. Yes, I am. 9-5 for Wolv, and Itaku is 8-6 on wins-losses. So they're 1 game apart, and again, it's really interesting for playoff scenarios here. There you see that synergy I was talking about. Invincible at Wolv is just going to go ahead and sit there and stab away at his bosses. So a little more damage up and 1 more health container, moving on down to his Caves 2. But yeah, it gets interesting for the playoff scenarios here. So, if Wolv wins, guaranteed he gets that 6th spot at least in the NFC. Could still get the 5th spot, but that's as high as he could go. So he's guaranteed one of the wildcard spots if he wins. If he loses and Itaku wins this one, they have the same record, but Itaku gets the tiebreaker at that point because of the head-to-head victory. So that puts Itaku into that playoff spot, and if he were to win next week, clinches that for him. So it gets really, really interesting from here on out. And again, tomorrow, Death Star, the other guy competing still, is actually going to race at, I forgot what time, 10 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, there's a 10 in the morning, apparently, that I have to be awake for tomorrow. So that's a thing. Prepare for derpy crumps tomorrow morning, guys. We're talking finding both of his item rooms now. Still no keys, though, as he flipped out his keys and his bombs at one point. So still not able to get into either of these. There's his 2 side-by-side boss fights as well. So he'll be able to finish off his caves, hopefully pretty soon here. Question is, can we get at least 1 key to get into these items? What's up, Zarian? How you doing? Ooh, so yes, we got one of them. Capped out fire rate, a little bit of damage down for Itaku, but as you look on the left side, Wolv just picked himself up the external compass in a challenge room. That's what I was waiting for. So the full card, gonna teleport him right back out to the first room of the floor, and he doesn't have to worry about fighting that challenge room anymore. So moving on along, you see that compass effect will show you where all of your special rooms are, and Wolv's gonna beeline directly towards that item room at the bottom of his map. Doing really good, Zarian. Alright, so that, second of 2 boss fights, because, yeah, Crumps can count. It's going to be the Hollow here. Ooh, look at this, even more damage for Wolv, and another health container for him with the Odd Mushroom. So he's walking along awful lopsided, but again, with all that damage, he's going to be pretty happy with this. Ooh, homework. Really glad I'm not in school anymore. I do not miss that. Actually, in college, we never really had homework. There wasn't anything like, just make some music at home. Okay. We could do that, no problem. We did that every night for fun. So I guess that doesn't really count, but high school, you get the idea. Normal college, when I went there, same thing. God, I hate homework. I seriously hated having to do that. Alright, Wolv making, there we go, the right decision, it looks like. Yes, indeed, he's going to head up here, more clear room, so he's going to try into this locked chest in the center. There's those heals Itaku's been waiting for. No keys yet, as he's found that item room on depths 1. So again, working on the same floor, but Wolv just the one more room to clear out, and that's assuming... Okay, we finally have an enemy for Wolv to take care of. My god, so many empty rooms on that depths floor. And Itaku on the never-ending hunt for keys now that he has switched out that skeleton key for bombs here. Again, you see the same synergy we love talking about. 12 seconds of invincibility, stand still and stab the enemy to death. We'll have a little more health up, going to be moving on down to depths 2 with the time advantage. Excuse me. Nice enough. Alright, where are we going to head? Looks like Wolv may be skipping over his item room on this one. Not 100% positive, but let's see if he turns this around. Ooh, actually going to grab his Eternal right now. Yep, he's going to beeline for Mom's Foot. Wolv's happy enough with this build, and no, I do not blame him. I'd be perfectly content with what he's got going here. Lots of damage up on that knife and the invincibility of Book of Shadows. He's looking good with that health build, too. Come on, keys. Any time now. There we go. Waste a chance. We got a chest and an item rock for Itaku. Ugh, nothing. Movement speed increase if you were to take the goat hoof. So instead he'll hang on to Mom's Pearl, which is 10% more chance of getting soul heart spawns. Ooh, Wolv finding himself a dead end. No luck getting out of here with secret rooms either. Ugh, yeah, no such luck. So he'll be moving back over to the other side of the map. So probably down here at this break. That was another confusing one, actually. That's gonna have... Wow, where is that gonna go? Yeah, it's gotta go down here. Yep, we're gonna break off to the left one more time over at the far bottom. Wow, that's a crazy setup. So looking at that, I thought he had it correct, but Wolv gonna take a few more rooms here. This should break left. There you go. And Itaku finding his boss fight for depths 1, so basically a floor... We'll call it a floor and a half behind. But he's moving in to fight the Fallen on half a heart, and again, guaranteed free Devil Deal item at the end of this. May still get a Devil Deal or a God Room, but again, you get a free one out of the item pool. Yeah, this is a sketchy boss fight for Itaku, too. So he's using these bombs to his advantage right now, making sure, ouch, I was going to say to avoid those is going to be the big issue there, but ow, that quad shot, the very outside one caught him. He had to play as quickly as he could, knowing what Wolv had rocking for him and that one floor advantage. So again, Wolv looking at his boss fight, going to go in and basically rip on through Mom's Foot. Watch this. So he'll just hang right down by the bottom. There's that 12 seconds. I was wondering when he was going to go invincible. Point it right on down at the arm, and every time she pops the arm out, one more time here, ought to kill her. There we go. Wiggle it around a bit. Okay, that's a bad pun. Anyways, gonna grab the Polaroid as he's got Mom's purse as well. So fish head and Polaroid going on with Wolv to the womb. In which he gets that 1 health up as he had the one half an Eternal Heart with him. So that becomes his 7th red health container. And again, get a beeline directly for that boss fight. You can see with the compass, no store, no item room. And you can tell where his secret room is, and that it happens to be a mini-boss, so Wolv's not going to bother with that on this floor either. Casper, I love... you know what? Never mind. Alright, so speaking of that fallen fight, and again, that oh-so-fun way to go through a guaranteed Devil Deal item. Jeez Louise, with these banned items. Let's see those fast scrolls again, as the Dead Sea Scrolls have showed up again for Itaku. But again, Wolv gonna grab himself that Ouija board. Not really gonna do anything. That Spectral Knife doesn't have a meaning, honestly. You basically already had Spectral Tears with it. But anyways, it's there. Your knife looks kind of ghostly and cool, so it's something. So he took it with him anyways. But again, gonna head right on over for this boss fight if he can. Yeah, Ouija board's so useful! Except no. Sadly, no. If only. Does range interact with Mom's knife? You just throw the knife further, if I'm not mistaken, after you full charge it. Oh, how about this? Emperor card. Who cares if Wolv found a dead end? He found a way to teleport all the way to the... Wow, that would have been a nasty floor to go through. But he found a way to teleport with that Emperor card directly into his mom's heart fight. And again, he'll hang out in the dead center here, barely throwing that knife for the most damage output. Again, when you throw it, you basically get 6 times your base damage here. And again, if you're just stabbing with it, you get 2 times. So it's well worth it for Wolv to just throw it like that and get the extra little bit of damage by throwing it more often. Just like that, though, it's over, guys. Wolv has a 1-0 lead here, and again, 1 match win away now from clinching the last playoff spot in the NFC. So, ooh, we're getting on the edge of our seat. Itaku's going to need back-to-backers here now. But again, 1-0 lead on Wolv's side. That knife, that combination with the Book of Shadows, I think that's enough said on that one. So well done there again on both sides. Nothing Itaku could do. He was pushing through as fast as he could to catch up, and it cost him. But again, nothing he can do in that situation. So Wolv leads 1-0. We'll be right back in about 2 minutes with round number 2. We'll see if Wolv can clinch that playoff spot. Excuse me. Or if Itaku's going to come back, tie this up in 1, force a game 3, and then we'll really see where the pressure goes from there. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back with you, and we'll see if we got round 2 momentarily. And if that would ever unmute, there we go. Jeez, my hotkey doesn't work anymore, apparently. Let's see if this one does. Hey, all right, that one. Oh, for the love of God. Oh, ow. All right, so yeah, really? Really, Miguel? Really? You're shocked by this, though, Itaku? Really? Really? I'd say I'm sorry, but that's what you get for giving me crap for them getting 6 in the bottom of the 9th. Enjoy! Yeah. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, so we're back for round number 2. I had to give Itaku crap because he just gave me crap myself, so it had to be done. So anyways, like I said, welcome back for round number 2. We got Wolv leading 1-0 right now over Itaku. And Itaku's going to look to tie this up in 1 apiece. He needs 2 back-to-back wins here to keep his playoff hopes alive. Excuse me. Wolv needs just 1 more of the next 2, and he can actually clinch the number 6 seed in the last remaining playoff spot in the NFC. So again, best of luck to both of these guys. Again, we're going to race through the Win 2. Whoever kills off Mom's Heart first will get that point. And again, all important for both of these guys. Wolv wants that playoff spot clinched now. And Itaku wants Wolv out of that playoff spot. So best of luck to both of you guys. Went off and running. Itaku's got his boss fight and item room connected together, so this is why it doesn't always pay off to get that item room right away. Sometimes you're going to get it off of there. 10 bombs for him, not the worst thing. See what we get out of this item rock. No small rock for him, so that's a reset incoming. See, Wolv also going to do the same. Had Ghost Baby, which isn't that great a damage increase from a follower, so he's going to reset that as well. It's just like after your reset right here, like Wolv didn't care that he doesn't have an item room there after his reset, so it's the same theory. It's just maybe a little bit quicker to see what you get right away. Yep, some people wait until they get a curse room and a, an item room like side by side. We see Mello actually with an XL floor with his boss fights right there. Ooh, we're finally off and running. I think on both sides. No, we're not. I'll be damned. So Itaku's off and running, but Wolv gonna reset again. See, Book of BOILeR will be a damage multiplier. That one's going to go with him, so now we found the right book for Wolv. He'll take that Book of Shadows later. Right now, not really so necessary. Itaku's got himself Bloodlust, which as he kills off enemies, up to 6 in a room will give you about half a damage per. And again, that increase will disappear as soon as the room's done, but for that room, you can get up to about 3 damage increase. Again, speaking of damage increase, that Book of BOILeR will do exactly that, multiply Wolv's tier damage by about 2, if I'm not mistaken. And again, he'll be on over towards his first boss fight. Itaku looking for the same thing here. What's up, Rubik? How you doing? And Shibu, how you doing today? That sneaky Eddie. I remember the 2008 Lions. So do they, trust me. So does everybody in Detroit, I think. Itaku down to just 1 heart on his side again. And that health down, not what you want to see on your first couple floors. Ooh, Pentagram on Wolv's side gives him plus damage on his tiers. So again, off to a pretty nice start here with all that damage increase he can get. Already has guaranteed damage all the time on his tiers now with that Pentagram again. Also, Curse goes up, more chance at Devil deals the rest of this run. Alright, there's that health back, so 3 health containers. Itaku moves on to his second floor. Gets his item room immediately, can't get into it yet. Wolv just went into his, got Mr. Mega, so 5 more bombs. Also has plus damage and radius for the explosion on those. Sorry, can't think of words suddenly. Ooh, 2 bad trip pills. Wolv will hang on to 1, watch that. As he takes that other bit of health, goes down to just 1 red heart. Notice now that that bad trip pill, oh god, is actually a full health pill. Now notice on the right side, you may see something called Polyphemus. Itaku is going to be a pretty happy camper over there. Huge damage up under tiers. And again, he's on into his boss fight immediately afterwards as well. So a very, very short floor here on the depths 2. Or, excuse me, on basement 2. Wow, depths 2? Yeah, we're like 3 minutes into the run. Yeah, we're already in the depths. Yeah, we're that good. Totally not the case, obviously. But again, really nice damage up on those tiers. Gotta worry about the fire rate on it, but again, that damage is looking kinda nice there for Itaku. There's the shot speed increase he needs, so he'll gladly take the Cat o' Nine Tails this time. 16% movement speed increase, so they go faster. Think about it like miles per hour. 116 instead of 100. Again, there's that damage multiplier for Wolv. He'll be ripping through the Widow. Indeed, already over halfway through. That troll key, Itaku can't get into his item room there yet. Alright, that is mismarked on Jesus Juice. That is actually damage and range increase. Ooh, speaking of damage up, spending 2 red hearts, getting 1 blue back in return. Also a little bit of damage increase as Wolv with that mark, so more tier damage. Huzzah! He's down to 1 red heart. He's got those 2.5 soul hearts as well, though. Yeah, so to the 1990s Miami Hurricanes, let's see, the Florida Gators, whoever the hell it was it Urban Meyer when Hernandez was there? Or was that, it couldn't have been Spurrier, that was way too long ago. So there's, trust me, a lot of coaches that had a former murderer playing for him. You just haven't heard about half of them because you have no idea who the player is. Trust me. Welcome to the real world. Alright, so let's see, Itaku with Blue Baby Soul. That's going to float around the room, fire in the same direction that you do. You notice those are homing tiers on him, but again, only fires whatever direction you are pointing at yourself. We got the Spelunker hat on Wolf's side. And again, just focus fire on one of these when you get this double clobbing room. But again, you got the Spelunker hat. It'll let you know when you come across your Secret and Super Secret rooms. Won't let you in for free, but again, you know when you see them. You'll hear the audible sound for that matter, and you also get on your map, it'll show you what side they're on as long as you can see your mini-map. That's the important thing. Awesome, what's up, Desert? How you doing? And again, moving on into his boss fight as well. He's going to be fighting Chad. Ooh, got that bomb pushed just far enough into Chad. I can't believe that worked. I've never actually seen that work before, but I'll be damned, you can actually push the bomb into his mouth, apparently. So little Chad gonna be the reward out of this. Every couple rooms Wolf clears, that'll spawn half a red heart. On into his Devil Deal, and another free guaranteed item. Has to deal with the mini-boss, though, first. You're gonna deal with the Fallen, wind up with a lump of coal, as Wolf shots will travel further on screen, or stay out longer, I should say. They're gonna grow in size and damage output. And speaking of that damage, working along nicely for Itaku here, has found his 2 back-to-back boss fights for the caves, and he's going to head straight on in. So first one being Pestilence, he'll wind up with a cube of meat orbiting around, blocking shots, doing 7 damage to anything it comes in contact with. At this point, Itaku's got the time advantage, so we're on pace. And again, that's on pace at the moment for a Game 3. No guarantees of anything. That's not the greatest health build on Itaku's side. So we'll see how this all plays out. Heading into his second boss, the Husk. Pretty easy boss fight here. And again, the more enemies he kills off, you notice his tiers increase in damage output. Down to just the 1 heart on Itaku's side. Make that half a heart now. And again, now the really interesting part. Gonna go ahead and grab that Eternal. Hope he hangs onto it because he'd love a 4th health container. That'll clear out the room for him. Woo! So another health container, more damage up for Itaku. That is mismarked again with the meat. There's that other health container because of the half Eternal heart he just grabbed too. So 5 heart containers. Itaku breathing a little bit easier as he moves on to his depths. And you can't breathe too easy. Depths not a real easy grouping of floors, as you can tell. These mask enemies, just... ugh. Wolf gave up his 2 red hearts for the mark. Wow, another bad trip pill. So again, if he were down to, and again, can't really do anything about it here, but if he gets down to half a red heart, that'll become a full health pill for him. Actually, if he gets down to 1 red heart, that'll still turn into the same thing if I'm not mistaken, but won't really do much for Wolf. At most, that's going to be a half a red heart heal right now. So we'll hang on to the Judgy card, which will spawn a Judgment Beggar for him. With 4 cents, not worried about dropping it quite yet, but if he gets a special room, he may give that a shot. Yeah, it's like 3.2 or 3.6 or something. I forget the exact number on Bloodlust, but it's some weird 3-point-something number. It's a little over 3 is the gist. And overall max damage? No, there's not an overall. Because if you use, why can't I think of the name? The Razor Blade, that damage will cap on itself, and I believe it gives you like time and a half or time 1.75 or something every time you use it. Times your normal damage. Keep using that over and over, and there's no cap to your damage. We did that on the Mythbusters show, and I wound up shooting a tier that did, I think it was like 1,700 damage or something, and that's nowhere near capped. Again, there is no cap on damage. Good luck getting able to use that much, but again, there is no cap. Alright, so both in their depths 1 here. Again, neither's found their item room or boss fight yet, so we're still pretty even. Itaku's cleared a lot more rooms out at this point, though. And using that last bomb. Really? He'll take that locked chest, at least get his key back out of it. 1 extra penny. There's that item room. So now Itaku with, we'll say, a half a floor lead. But again, it's all about luck finding these rooms for people. So let's see, if now Itaku gets hit, Black Bean will enact, and that'll give you basically kind of like the bean itself, except infinite uses per room. Problem is, you have to get hit for it. It puts out that, let me try that again correctly in English, puts out a poison cloud around you, as you just saw right there if you take damage. Alright, both finding their boss fights here again. Wolv, no item room. See what he chooses to do, especially if he knows, yep, he's going to head into his boss fight. And we got Dueling Wars, and on the right side, we got Champion version for that matter. So Itaku going to drop that gambling machine down. Probably try, there we go, to blow it up with that. And the oh-so-fun part about Champion Wars, he drops those troll bombs on you, and you gotta watch out for those. They move right in on you. Yeah, the Black Bean equals White Castle, quite honestly, more so than Taco Bell. Yeah, there's those troll bombs again. Yeah, there was no chance. One was going to bounce into the other one there. So Itaku down back to the beginning, leaving Wolv wide open here with not much health. Oh, wow. So gonna at least play Judgy. Let's get a Judgy, please. See if he can't get a free item. Well, almost free. It's going to cost him a few pennies, but not hearts. Ooh, speaking of hearts, Guppy's Paw. Kinda have to. Yeah, so using up the 1 red heart container Wolv had left, he uses Guppy's Paw once, makes that into 3 blue heart containers. We have 3.5 blue hearts on Wolv's side, on down to the depths too. So, woo to this move. Risky, but I like it. Yeah, bomb bag, that's gonna be a reset. That would have dropped a bomb every couple of rooms that Itaku cleared out. Again, keep in mind with this lead that Wolv has going right now. If he wins this one, remember, that's the NFC wrapped up playoff picture-wise. We know exactly who's going to make it in, and Wolv will have clinched that last spot. Little Chad, why are you not the relic? That's a great question. Chad, why are you not the relic? You bastard. Alright, a little bit of gambling time on Wolv's side here. And I'm looking to see what week that was because I'm a dip and can't remember now, so let's see. Week 7. It was somewhere around there. I was close. Anyways, we'll beat Death Star, so that's why he's got the tiebreaker over there. If he beats Itaku, got the tiebreaker right there. And again, because Zero game plan lost earlier, Wolv would have more wins than Zero could have. So again, if he pulls this out, and again, 1 more health up out of that arcade, helping him out slightly here. Again, that is the flat-out entire NFC playoff picture wrapped up right there. Yeah, the dodging is turned to pro level on Wolv's side. Very nice here. Alright, Itaku with Dad's Key. That's actually a really, really interesting item. So he's going to walk in here. Again, I'll explain the rest of his stuff momentarily. But, oh, actually, yeah, didn't have any luck spawning that, so no way to open it now that I think about it on the first floor. Either way, Dad's Key will recharge every 2 rooms. That'll open up any door that's going to open up at the end of combat. So you notice it opened up the door, and Itaku could have walked back out if he really wanted to. A little bit of range up there with Mom's Lipstick. Again, he used it in the boss fight because if you do that, again, after combat in a boss fight, you could open up a door to a devil room or a god room. So that's exactly why he used it there. But a really good way to skip over rooms as well. You can get Dad's Key in any secret room. That's Spaz. Good morning. How you doing? Hey, come here. Yeah, so that heart room. Gee, thanks, game, to that super secret room on Wolv's side. Nothing he can do with that, by the way. Can't touch red hearts when you have no red heart containers. They do nothing for you. Okay, cat, you can't make noise on the microphone, bro. There's a, like, you can purr into it, but don't smack it with your face. That doesn't help. My cat, ladies and gentlemen. Total derp. Total derp. Ugh. Not a challenge room you want to go through either. Wolv doesn't really want that money off of the patch and play, so moving right on along, finding that boss fight again immediately. See, that item room probably going to be one more down to the south here. He's thinking about it. Yeah, oh, wait, I actually didn't see the one up at top either. Okay, it's going to be at least one more up to the top. I didn't see that. Okay, cat, yes, everybody hears you. Back away from the microphone, bro. Spaz is sending his purrs through for you. Again, small rock on Itaku's side, plus damage, plus fire rate, minus movement speed. Just picked up Celtic Cross, which 33% chance now if he gets hit that he gets a 5-second damage shield where he's invincible. Spaz is trying to co-cast. I don't think it's a game showing how much it loves Wolv. I think it's Wolv's talent coming through, or showing through, I should say. Because keep in mind, that's one of last year's finalists on the left side. He's no joke, guys. And keep in mind right now that he's going to get the, if he wins this one, would get the last playoff spot in the NFC. So that should tell you about the competition this year. One of our finalists from last year pretty much was on the outside looking in up until last week. You gotta sit down, cat. You really have to sit down. Alright, last item room, not that bad either. Mom's Bra would have frozen everything in place, but kind of the same thing. Would have worked out nice synergy-wise last run for Wolv. And not going to take it with this time. He'd rather have that damage increase with Book of BOILeR. Gonna head himself back and grab. Forgot what else was there. Alright, you notice the Liberty Cap actually spawned for him in one room. You notice that one red heart container Wolv has. He can still get them. He's not the blue baby, technically speaking. Ah, that's why. Yeah, at least we get another soul heart out of that, so a little bit more health for Wolv. Might as well grab the ladder, too. He had enough money. So he'll be able to get over one spot openings, like you see right there. Yes, cat, sit down. Sit down. You gotta sit down, bro. Alright, moving on into his mom's foot fight. There's that damage multiplier. And not half bad damage here for Wolv. He'll hang out right down by the eyeball and hope that that arm spawns out. Yeah, see, there's the problem. Yeah, these will kind of start homing in on you. Sooner or later, you're going to have to move away and take care of some of the extra enemy spawns. Yep, you can use Guppy Spot with that extra heart. And no, it doesn't get rid of the soul hearts for you. You can't get rid of those. But if you leave that red heart, get away from the bomb there. I was going to say a little too close. Nowhere Itaku could dodge that. Either way, but if you get soul hearts and can't get rid of those on you, the blue heart will disappear at that extra attack. Alright, so those bills did nothing for Itaku. The ability does absolutely nothing except for that visual look of that one hair growing out of the top of your head. There's actually two there now that I look. Again, nothing special about that. Does no stats whatsoever for you. There's that last bit of damage. Little more range up for Wolv. He's going to be heading on down to the womb again. 2 more floors possibly left to clear before we get the NFC all cleared up playoff-wise. Ooh, make that maybe 1 more floor to clear. We got a loading screen error for Wolv. Come on, Flash. Be a bro. Oh, it is. Oh, God. So an XL floor for Wolv here means that he's going to have 2 back-to-back boss fights to find and nothing else to worry about for the most part on this floor. Maybe you find an arcade. Maybe you get a challenge room, something like that. But do you really want to worry about those when all you have are 2 back-to-back boss fights left to clinch a playoff spot? Because I don't think so. Maybe the arcade, that might come into play if he finds more money. And again, Itaku coming across his boss fight as well. Gonna save that dad's key usage and hope he gets a God Room or Devil deal. Let's see if we can't prove that theory here. Wow, no luck again. So Itaku gonna have to deal with Gertie. Wolv thinking about this, gonna head on into his secret room. Ooh, and it's Greed, so heading right back out of there. So you can see a little bit more about how his floor lays out. Again, down to just 1.5 hearts on Wolf's side. Gonna make sure he gets through this room as he's only got the one bomb. So there's that damage up. Oh god, get away from those. You know you're gonna get one blue soul heart off of those mini Gertie Juniors because those are the blue ones. There's those dying. Oh, down to half a heart. There's Polaroid acting for 5 seconds of damage shield on Wolf's side. There's that soul heart we talked about. And again, wouldn't matter anyways if you're only at blue hearts like Wolv is. Every time he gets hit, he gets that damage shield, so I'm being kind of a derp. It's just the fact that he's low enough on health where it just happened to cross the exact same amounts right there. So let's see, Squeezy, 2 more soul hearts, fire rate increase for Itaku. He's down to the depths. Man, looks like he's getting a loading screen error too, so let's see if he doesn't happen to get an XL floor. Yes, he does. So both working on XLs here. Again, Wolv pretty low on health, so running kind of sketchball. Ooh, down to just that half a heart again. Really nice dodging. I shouldn't even say dodging so much. It was really good bomb placement and movement on Itaku's side. So taking out those Globins with style and a lot of skill there. Oh god, this room on Wolf's side. One more to clear out. God, I hate those masks. There we go. Nice job letting it get to the other side of the room. There we go. Red hearts don't help. Gee, thanks, little Chad. Again, every red rock in the womb's got a chance that it can be an item rock. 1 per room, mind you. Alright, down to that last little bit of blast assist there. No soul heart spawns again. Where are these boss fights for Wolv, and does he even want them at this point? Maybe we try to find an arcade, like, God, what do you do in this situation as Wolv? He needs so many soul hearts. Even 2 would be enough to make you breathe easier, but God, right now it's just no thanks. Alright, so there they are. Oh, like I said, with that 1 extra soul heart here for Wolv, he's looking okay at the moment, but wow, is that going to be risky. 2 back-to-back boss fights on the other side of those doors. Alright, here we go. What do we got? Ooh, Loki 2, one of the better ones you can come across here for Wolv. That's not a bad boss fight, so this and Mom's Heart to go, possibly to get back into the playoffs here for the 2nd straight season on Wolv's side. Again, keep in mind, one of last year's finalists, he's no joke. So whoever faces him in the playoffs, and right now with the way it's set up, that would be Jim Drizzle in round number 1, if this were the case. You got your work cut out for you. Again, half a heart, Loki 2 down. Ah, geez, range up with Mom's heals. And do you do it? Yeah, you pretty much have to. Taking a deep breath, Wolv heading on in, looking for that playoff clinch. Oh, God. How the hell did that shoot him? Ow. So back to the beginning there, damn, nothing you could do in that situation. Yep. So all the way back down to the beginning, Itaku now on depths 2 again. Huge lead on his side looking to even this up, and this playoff race is gonna get interesting, guys. So now if he wins this one again, that'll tie it up in 1, force a game 3. And then, like I said, that brings into the equation that if Itaku wins this and next week, he's in the playoffs instead of Wolv. Jim, I don't know who to root for. I don't blame you. Because at this point, whoever basically wins this one's probably going to be your first round matchup. So that's good luck, man. That's a tough call. Do you take one of last year's finalists in Wolv, or do you try for Itaku? Like, and again, you don't have any sway in it, so there's that. Ugh. Yeah, that's a tough call, man. I don't know who I'd rather face out of those two. That's a scary proposition. Both would whoop me sideways, so I know that much. Anyways, Itaku finishing off the foot. Gonna move on down to the Womb 2 here. Or excuse me, the Womb 1. Wow, I can count good. Me count good. Again, holding on to that dad's key. Has a Curse of Darkness here. So again, won't be able to see his mini-map. And yeah, I'm probably not going to be able to tell you exactly what he's looking at. But he will use that, pop right on through one of these doors. Kind of like bombing through. Well, there, the carry's on. So we've seen the poop. Carries on. Wait for it. Okay, bomb bag. Never mind. I was gonna say wait for the next item to be something absolutely ridiculous now. God, I have to move my legs. Sorry, I have no blood left. Oh God, you're heavy. You are freaking heavy, cat. Oh man. There's the sound of my cat jumping on the floor beneath the microphone. I apologize if you heard that. Man, those locked chests out of item rocks not being bros tonight. So let's see, Itaku gonna hop right on through. Actually, he's gonna save his charge and get through this room himself. Whew. A little bit too close for comfort sometimes there. Excuse me. And there's that boss fight to finish off the Womb 1. Again, no item rooms down here for Itaku, so that's all he was looking for. And again, in a Curse of Darkness especially, that's really all you were looking for. Yeah, gets his bomb back off in the Mimic, thank you very much. Damage up again, Pentagram for the Wolv, yeah, because there's a the in the front of his name. So anyways, for Wolv, getting the Pentagram gives you damage up on your tiers, and again, also Curse up, so you're probably going to see more Devil Deals. You got Itaku ripping on through Arachnid, though. Use that Devil card for double damage on your tiers. Wow, I can't talk tonight. And a little bit more health up for him. He's got one more floor left to go, looking to tie this up at one apiece if he can. So where is Mom's heart fight going to be? That's all he's looking for right now. Yeah, the Itaku and the Wolv facing off today. Here in the BOILeR, the second season on the Twitch.tv. How many more things can we add the word the to? Winner of the championship, I don't know exactly how much money it's going to break down to, because the donation thing is still down there, and it, by the way, that opens up another point too. I'll get to that in a second. But all based off of donations, actually over half of which is for me, believe it or not. But based off of donations, we got $835 in the prize pool right now for the racers, and that's going to go not evenly between the playoff racers, but, you know, like on a scale of the champion gets the most, second place gets second most, so on and so forth. But I don't know exactly the breakdown yet, or exactly how much money's going to be in there. So we'll figure it out on the fly, basically, as the end of the season rolls about. Excuse me. Really quick God Room on Wolf's side. Got the Miter, so he's going to wind up getting a 50% chance now that any red heart that spawns will be a blue heart. And again, thusly much easier to pick up. It goes to buy the Spaz. And if you think that's good, yeah, next season, yeah, slightly different. Only slightly different, let's put it that way. Oh God, well, somebody called that one a little bit earlier. How about stabby time over on Wolves? We got another Mom's Knife. So it's all about catch-up time here. Itaku on the right side at 4 red hearts left, but he's only got this one floor and one boss fight left to take out. There's that Celtic Cross enacting. 33% chance if you do get hit that you're going to get a 5-second damage shield. Ooh, health down pill, so not what Itaku was hoping to find there. See, with another bomb, he's going to take out this Mimic, because not much else he can do in the process. And finding yet another dead end, so Dad's key right back out of here, and again, just needs to find that Mom's Heart fight. Yeah, Bubbles Jump Hype, ladies and gents. Yep, and the arcade could not have come at a better time here for Itaku, especially with 20 cents. Speaking of money, we got Pageant Boy on the left side for Wolf, so more money for him. He's moving on down to his caves too already. But again, Itaku really hoping for some heals here. Knows he's going to get one full red art heal once he walks into his boss fight. But again, gotta get there in the first place. Ooh, there's that red heart he needs. Come on, Monty. Ah, no such luck. So come on, we need something. He can't even blow up that heart machine, so let's give him some of these hearts here. Oh, come on. 3 card. Work with us. By the way, Edmund and Florian, why? We got Ultra Pride, by the way, over on the left side. Alright, Wolf gonna grab that left hand as soon as the poison disappears. There we go. So that'll give him more chance of red chest spawns throughout the run. There's a red heart finally on Itaku's side. Maybe Scatoli? Nah, no luck again. Maybe you want to try something besides the left. I don't think left is lucky for you. Already paying off, though, on Wolf's side with those red chests. We got Guppy's tail. More chance of, chest spawns. And again, because he's got the left hand, they're all going to be red chests. Ooh. Speaking of Guppy items, how about number 2 on Wolf's side with Guppy's Paw? He'll turn all of his red hearts again into 3 soul heart containers each, and he's got 2 of 3 Guppy items along with the knife right now. So that's getting to be a little bit scary. Yep, if you want to know the exact damage on the knife, okay, your base tiers do 3.5 damage. Knife does twice that if you just stab it into something without throwing it, so 7 damage. Now if you throw it like Wolf just did, 21 damage, so that's 6 times what your base tier damage was. And Wolf flying along here. Itaku's still sitting at what will be full health if he finds his boss fight. And one more room to clear. He'll get that charge on his dad's key as well to be able to skip something if he wants to. But all about finding that boss fight for him. This room has taken forever by comparison, and that knife, as you see, a huge game changer for Wolf, and he's making up a lot of time very quickly here. So about more mini-bosses, Wolf gonna have to take out Pride, a whopping 2-shot. That Lever Scar's a bit of a troll. Because again, that'll spawn 2 red hearts. Yeah, he doesn't really need those. Wolf has no red heart containers, thusly, doesn't need them. There we go, so Itaku finally coming across his boss fight. He's gonna walk in, he had 3 hearts, now he's got 4. The tick immediately takes 15% damage off of Mom. Excuse me, in this case, Mom's heart, I should point out. So again, there's that Celtic Crossfire, 33% chance, herpadur, that if you get hit that you're going to get a 5-second damage shield. Itaku dropping that second to last bomb of his in the center. And again, from here on out, he's going to hope that he gets the right timing on when to put that bomb down for the night spawns, but no more after that. Or maybe you just use it now, and there is that night spawn. I would have waited one more enemy spawn on that one. I could deal with Larry Jr.'s. I don't want these knights on screen, though. Diana, well, so, maybe you guys noticed, left side, we have a kitty going on. So Wolf is full Guppy now, I would like to point out, without having to pick up the 9 lives dead cat. So a really good way to come across that. So now he flies. Every time that he makes damage with a tier, he throws out an extra fly that's going to, right there, home in on enemies, do some pretty dang good damage. Not going to bother with the red heart increase and leave it behind, so moving on down to his depths too. Wolv full Guppy with a knife. We got a cat with a knife, ladies and gentlemen. Run away. And again, there you see Guppy said gonna spawn a couple of friends till the end attack flies, so even more of those flies for Wolv to get damaged with. Or to get damage done with, I should say. Again, Itaku with 2 hearts on his side. Just about at the 50%, a little bit over 50% done with Mom's heart here. Ooh, make that 1 heart left so he can't get hit again. Ooh, that got a little too close for comfort on Itaku's side. That was pretty dang close. Well, Wolv also knows he has to make up a lot of time to win this race too, so... Alright, there go the Knights again. There's that 50% mark and under for Itaku. Pretty soon we're gonna get to the point where Livs will stay out the rest of the time. Again, just that 1 heart remaining though, so edge of your seat moment there. See if Itaku's a Ford fan or a Dodge fan. See what I did there? He's from Detroit. Anybody? Ford? Dodge? Sorry, I'll be here all week. Call me Ford and Dodge. We can talk. Whichever you calls me first, I never mentioned the other. Huh? Huh? I'm kidding, obviously, but... Oh, wow, how did that 1 tier... Whoa, Itaku got lucky that he had orbitals on that one to block the shot from that exploding fly. Whew, did he get lucky. So down to the part where it lives will stay out the rest of the time. It's gonna pop shot here, and actually took out its own enemies that time. That was kind of handy. So they'll stay in the corner. 10% left on her. Oh, God, move. Okay. Gotta watch out for the blood on the floor, too. Those flies are probably the worst part that Itaku's dealing with right there. Good dodge, though. And again, last little bit of health. Okay, maybe these are worse. Globins can screw you! So like I was saying, Globins can screw you in that fight. Ask Mellow Ace. He'll tell you the same thing, folks, but ouch, Itaku down back to the beginning, and oh boy, does that open this up on Wolv's side. The cat with the knife, and a huge time advantage for Wolv. Uh-oh. That was a hell of an effort there, and he just, at that point, he was trying to push through because Wolv's found his mom's foot fight already, so you see how fast he's been making up time here. And again, watch how fast he rips through Mom's foot. So 1 throw of the knife, head on down to the bottom of the screen. Already over 50% done here. Make that just about 95% done. And she's dead. So if he wanted it more health up, he'll grab the Soul Heart instead. Instead of the left hand now, Polaroid means anytime Wolv gets hit, he gets a 5-second damage shield. Oh my god, this sentence continues. Okay, I was gonna say, damn, I thought we had a Curse of Labyrinth there, but Curse of the Lost instead. Regular, well, not regular, expansion version of the Womb one. More rooms added onto it for Wolv. But again, this and possibly just 1 more floor to go here, and Wolv looking to get his playoff spot clinched if he can. Yeah, no Globins, man. No Globins. Yep. Alright, let's see. Hangman will allow Wolv to fly for a room. Cough, cough, he already has flying ability, so gee, thanks, game. That might be the troll engine engaging. Just gonna go right on in and stab that Mimic. Nothing else you have to worry about. Yeah, 2 cents. Woohoo. And plenty of bombs on Wolv's side as well, so he's got a ridiculous build going on right now. Oh, there's gonna be nightmares from Globins for 2 of our racers. On that note, Itaku finishing off his first floor. 1 health container, a little bit of damage increase with the meat. Hey, nothing's over till it's over. Trust me, we've seen rooms that have trapped people. Now, mind you, Wolv can fly, and he's not going to get trapped in those. But let's say that you get, don't want to say it. There's a boss fight you could get here that can actually glitch out and end your run. Just saying. So, we've seen some craziness go down. Wouldn't be the first time. Yep, it was Cobalt versus Wolv in the finals of last year's. no keys for Wolv left, so he's going to have to leave that locked chest behind again. There's the problem with having Guppy's tail when you don't have the left hand anymore. Now you get locked chest instead, and he's got no keys. He's going to worry about it, though. He's got a hell of a build going. But again, wouldn't mind getting some health if he could. Getting more locked chest, thanks Guppy's tail. Alright, so Polaroid far more useful than Isaac's head would be. Don't really need damage when you just melt through the first 50% of death like that on Wolv's side. So he isn't going to worry about Isaac's head, like I said. He'd rather have that 5-second damage shield if he does get hit. And ripping on through. One more shot? Yeah, maybe one more. There we go. So 1 cube of meat for Wolv. One more devil deal, because why the hell not? Jeez. Could take the Book of Belial if he really wanted it, but he'll keep what he's got here and move on down to the womb 2. 1 floor left again. Oh, hi, that is weird. What the fuck? It's moving all my hotkeys again. What the shit? Okay. OBS is really wacky on this old version, by the way. If you guys still have 0.552, it moves your hotkeys randomly. What the fuck? Huh. Alright, well, now we know. And that is fucking weird. So yeah, that is... Okay, wow, so that became the mute. Weird. Whoa, them rerolls. So hi to the Dead Sea Scrolls once again. Oh, hi to Quad Shot replacing it. So again, we've seen Dead Sea Scrolls 3 times in this race, if I'm not mistaken. 3rd time finally becomes something of value. Ooh, 2 soul hearts there with Squeezy for Wolv, so he's not going to worry about the fire rate increase, but he wanted those soul hearts, so challenge room. He's going to melt right on through everything. Ooh, didn't matter for Itaku anyways. He dies off to, excuse me, to the hollow there. Wow, he can't even breathe anymore all of a sudden. Damn, cat, what the hell did you eat? Whew, that wasn't me. I would have claimed that one. Holy Christ. Alright, so the cat learned how to fart. Bear with me really quick. I'm gonna have to plug my nose and hang out over here to the right side of the microphone to avoid this stench really quick. Holy crap. Oh, wow. Mental note. Cat doesn't like wet food. Doesn't sit well with them. I tried, but oh god, no. Oh, another buttless chub hype. Well, you can re-roll in the run anyways, as long as you don't take the item that you re-rolled as because there's 3 ifs in that. Let's try that again. If you re-roll one of the non-banned items, you just can't wind up taking it, basically. This past part needs to be a new emote where it's just me like, ugh. Or like plugging my nose and trying to run away or something. Holy lord, man. This is why I don't give you wet food. That ain't ever happening again. Yeah, Spaz apparently is on Team Bean. Now we know. He just laid back down and went to sleep like, yep, we're good here. Going to bed. Going to bed, human. Ooh, there we go. So Wolv's found his boss fight. He's got Mom's heart on the other side of this door. And again, full Guppy and the knife. Let alone the Polaroid. If he takes damage, there's that 5 seconds of damage shield. So not quite the same that time, even though he got hit by the same laser. We got already just about halfway through this. Also has that Chariot card to really end this in style. Let's see, is he even going to bother? Yes, he is. Moving right on into the center. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Last year's, one of last year's finalists, I should say, securing his playoff spot in the second to last regular season week. That should tell you how much competition there's been. NFC has its playoff picture completely written now. Again, very nice job.